Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas. It's Thursday at noon and this is lunch break. If you are on here with me, say hello. Let me know you're out there. If this is your first time watching my lunch break, welcome. This is a time where we celebrate easy crafting with some simple layouts, not a whole lot of fancy tools involved. So if you are just starting out in your crafting journey, this is a great place to start for lots of ideas and inspiration. And if you've been crafting for years and you have lots of tools and all the doodads and all sorts of supplies, that's okay. Sometimes we just want to make an easy card. They're all beautiful, and handmade cards are, well, they're the best. They certainly put a smile on people's faces when you share them with others. So I encourage you to make a card. I encourage you to send a card. So I am just going to get this up over here. And there we go. I think we have someone on here with me. Let me just see. Okay, there I go. Hello, Lorna. I see you a little circle of you, but I don't see you on my other screen yet. But things sometimes move slowly. And there's someone else. It's little tiny dots in the top corner of my camera. So give me a hello so I know who's out there with me. And once again, welcome. So it is March. February is over, and now we are into March. There's Lorna. Hello, Lorna. Welcome. March is an exciting time. It's a time where we start to have thoughts of spring. Certainly, spring does start this month, and it's also a time where we notice the days are getting longer. We're going to be in daylight savings time soon, and we will have, more, hopefully, warm days here and there, and everybody just starts to think spring thoughts. So it's an exciting time. It's also an exciting time at Stampin' Up. There is lots going on. So today I wanted to share a few of those things with you. I am just going to flip us down because before we get crafting, I have some flyers with information that I want to share with you. So let me grab this. Careful, here we go. We're going for a ride as I flip us down and get this into here, get everything into the camera, hopefully, is the goal. Okay, so hopefully, oh, looks like I should be over a little bit. Well, we might be good. I never know exactly where this is going to end up, but anyway. So the first thing I wanted to share is the Waves of the Ocean bundle and suite of products that they have right now. They call it a collection because it's not quite a suite, but it's a whole bunch of products, so it's the same sort of thing. It's a collection. It is available from now until May the 2nd. The stamp set and the dies will be available in the new annual catalog that starts on May the 3rd, but the other products that they are offering right now will not be available, and they are actually only going to be available while supplies last. So you are going to want to grab some of these, and sooner rather than later, probably. So there is this wonderful stamp set and coordinating dies. I love this, maybe pelican? It's a water bird anyway, but he's so cute sitting on the posts down at the beach or the pier or, anywhere. The dies cut out some wave outlines, some birds, and then there's some clouds and others. So you can make a whole scene with the stamp set and dies, or you can use just bits and pieces. And then there is the designer series paper, and I should actually grab that because I don't think that little picture does it justice. the colors in this paper are so vivid and beautiful. I think they're beautiful, but then you know me, I love my blues, right? But look at these papers. They are just so much fun. The colors are so striking. Navies, Pacific Point, Coastal Cabana. There is no Misty Moonlight in here, though, because Misty Moonlight will be retiring. And so by the time this, the new annual catalog starts, Misty Moonlight will be gone. Although there are shades of that in here. So, but this paper is just to die for. So lots of blues. Look at this. This is some really interesting patterns on this stuff. So what did I do? Did I flip them? Anyway, I'll just flip some of these over so you can see. There are a few more colors. We get into some oranges. Beautiful, you know, beach scene. Just this would be awesome for scrapbooking too. Oh my gosh, for that that trip down south that we all wish we were able to take this year. I know some people have gotten away, but it was not in the cards for us this year. But hopefully next year would be lovely. But there's so that's just a quick little peek at the designer series paper. But as I say, it's gorgeous colors in that. There is also foil sheets. You get 6 sheets in the package. There's 2 silver, 2 Coastal Cabana, and 2 Night of Navy. And then there are these gems. Can you see those gems? Oh my goodness. They are so lovely. I don't think I made that any better, did I? I think I might have made it worse. Oh, there it was. The problem with Facebook is the delay. So these are, let me just take these out of the package and maybe you can see them. They are all different blues and greens and darker, medium, lighter. These are almost a little bit, they almost look to me like Seaside Spray, that sort of color, and then some turquoises and greens. Anyway, I know they probably don't show up very well on camera, but they are gorgeous. And these again are also only available while supplies last. So as I say, the bundle, the dies and the stamp set will be available in the new annual catalog, but the designer series paper, the foil sheets, and these stunning rhinestones will only be available until May 2nd or until they run out. And I have to tell you, as a demonstrator, we got to order these starting a month ago, and every demonstrator I know has 3 packages of them already, because that was the maximum that we could get early. But now that it's March, we can order more. So there's a lot of us that will be doing that. So, okay, the second thing I wanted to share with you is the Savings Are in Bloom sale. And this runs through the month of March from the 1st to the 31st. So it is on now. And what it is a discount on the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So it is on for 20% off. So it was, the original price is $82, but right now you can get it for $65.50. If you have a large order and you qualify for a half price item, it's less than $35 for a die cutting machine. So it is the smaller one, but the small one will cut almost all of our dies. It will not take our standard embossing folders, but it Stampin' Up! Does make narrow embossing folders that you could use. So there is lots and lots you can do with the smaller machine. They also have a number of bundles. Bundles with dies that you can use in the mini machine. And they are also on for 20% off. So even less expensive than the regular bundle savings. And there's 3 bundles, the Art Gallery, Garden Wishes, and Celebrate Sunflowers, that aren't actually bundles in the catalog right now. They used to be bundles, and they've brought them back as a bundle, and they've discounted them. So this is a great time to scoop some savings. You do not have to buy the cut and emboss machine to take advantage of the bundles. You do not have to buy a bundle if you want the cut and emboss machine. They are independent, but they're just all 20% off, and they're just promoting it together because all of these dies will work with the mini cut and emboss machine. So if you are not a demonstrator, and that was something that you were thinking might be of interest to you, the celebration deal where you got the 2 free stamp sets is no longer in effect. However, these sales could apply to items you put in your starter kit. So you could put the the die cutting machine in your starter kit, and you could put some of these bundles in your starter kit at the reduced price. So your $165 worth of product can be even more because you're including items that are now discounted in price. So that's an awesome deal, yet again, if you are interested in joining Stampin' Up. If you've been a demonstrator before, you can return. There's no rules that say that is not allowed. So it's a good way to scoop some good savings. So anyway, that's on this month until the 31st of March. So it is while supplies last. Again, with their whole backorder situation and the supply chain issues, Stampin' Up! No longer puts items on back order. They just become not available. So some of these bundles may sell out. We don't know. Just depends how many people are scooping how many savings on which ones. So we don't know. Alrighty, let's get to some crafting. So today, I was flipping through the catalog and I happened to notice a card in here, and I thought, okay, today for lunch break we're doing Case the Catalog. Copy and selectively edit a card from the catalog. So here is the inspiration for our crafting today, because the other night, actually Lorna, you were talking about using up strips and things, and I think that's perhaps why this caught my eye, because it has a number of strips that they've got on the card there to create their background. So it caught my eye and I thought, hey, I have strips of paper. Let's do this. So that's where I started from. The first card that I made, I laid all of my strips side by side by side. You may have noticed on their card they had them twisted back and forth a little bit and overlapping. You can do it either way, and you can do as many or as few. There's no rhyme or reason, there's no pattern, there's nothing at all. But there's the first card that I made, and this is the Home Blessings of Home designer series paper, and then I just added in Misty Moonlight cardstock and put it on Night of Navy. The Happy Birthday is from the Wildflower Path stamp set, and I thought it was a sort of not an overly feminine sort of looking font, because I was thinking this could possibly be a more masculine kind of card. So we'll see. Who knows? Anyway, the fox is from Nature's Beauty, and I will be using the Nature's Beauty stamp set for all of the cards today. And actually, I'm probably going to use the same Happy Birthday for all of them as well, just because that's what I've pulled out. So the first one that I have, all I did when I was preparing for this was I went to my designer series paper packages, and I have my 12 by 12 sheets in them, and then I just keep putting my scraps back inside as I'm crafting with it. So I went to my packages and I I pulled out the bits and pieces, and look, I found several little bits, because you tend to trim strips off of things to make the layers and things. So I had lots of strips. It wasn't hard to find them. So I have used the Tasteful Touches dies for my image pieces. This is one of the dies from Tasteful Touches, and this is another one. I needed a bigger one because I decided I was going to put the deer on here. So I've got my basic gray ink, and I am just going to ink him up. If you don't have dies and you don't have a cut and emboss machine, you can certainly just cut shapes, or if you have punches, you could punch shapes. It doesn't have to be die cuts. I had it, so I decided I would use it. I'm putting this down on here. I'm not sure I've got the orientation quite right, but anyway, we'll see how he looks. Oh yes, that will work. There we go. So just a simple stamping for our deer there. And then, before I decide where I'm going to put, I might put my sentiment on this one. Should I take a chance and just do it now, or what if I want that piece? Maybe I'll hold off stamping my sentiment till I build my my base piece, just in case I want that for one of my strips, because it is a nice long piece. Again, not that you have to have a long piece, but I'm just going to give that guy a little bit of a clean up. Okay, so I have garden green for my card base, and I have a layer of garden green. In the catalog, the sample, they had layered the same color together, and I always like that look. I usually pop the next layer up with dimensionals when I do that. So I thought that would work for today. So, okay, so what I would recommend you do is just kind of gather all your strips. Oh, there's a long green one. We could use him kind of across the middle. Gather your strips, sort of lay them out, see how you want to put them, and then you can just pick them up one by one, and it's a little bit longer than I want, I think. But you can pick them up one by one and add the glue. I seem to have a lot of the green. Maybe my sentiment is going to go on the back of a green piece, or it could go on a strip of basic white. I have both, because the garden green on the, I'm not sure what I was thinking. I think I was supposed to grab pale papaya maybe, but anyway, we will make this work because this is what I have here. We can use the backs of these too. Maybe I'll do something with the back. Could add in a piece of that. I don't want it quite this long. We'll just chop it off at the knees, so to speak. And then this is maybe a little longer than I will want. As I said, there is no rhyme or reason or right or wrong. You can do this any old way that you like. And there's also no particular number of strips that you need to put on here. And they don't have to be the same width either. They can be whatever you like. So just chop this off a little bit. And do we want one more? Oh, I could use that for the sentiment, couldn't I? Because that doesn't have a whole lot of the gray. So maybe we'll put a piece of this over here. Just kind of do something like that. Do we need even one more little bit? I have another little bit. So you just kind of lay it out till you like what you see, and then you just glue it all down. I could use tape runner. That might be faster. I did the last one with liquid glue, but for the sake of speed, maybe I will use some tape runner on these. Okay. And as I say, they can overlap. We could even, maybe we'll do a little bit of overlap on these, eh? Just for something different, and just because then it won't matter if I if I get them down wrong because I'm using tape runner. I don't have the same wiggle room, do I? But that's okay. There we go. This is actually quite quick when you use tape runner. And some of them I will leave side by side, just for something different. So the Waves of the Ocean, that first bundle that I shared, I am going to have a special offer on that. If you purchase the bundle, so the stamp set and the dies, I will be hosting a special class in early April. I want to say the 6th, but don't quote me on that. I have to double check the date that I put in my calendar. But anyone that has ordered the bundle will be invited to that, and we will make some cards and have some fun. I'll put one more little itty bitty piece here, just because it's sitting on my desk. If you want to order other pieces of the collection, you certainly are more than welcome to do so. If you order the entire collection, so the stamps and dies, the foil, the designer series paper, and the gems, the whole collection I believe is $102. And if you order all of that, I will invite you to the class, but I will also have an additional gift for you to thank you for your purchase. So that is, there will be a host code for that, and then that will get you into the class, and I will have all the details of that coming out in an email in the next day or so. I just thought I would share that with anybody that was at my lunch break today. So a little bit of advance notice. Now, I probably should have moved this over a little bit, but I did not. So we're going to put an angle on this end, but I don't know that I really have enough to do an angle on the other end. That's okay. Put it all onto our card here. It will be fine. These, I was getting these dimensionals ready. They weren't cooperating. They're not behaving very well right now either. There we go. And I will pop this up as well. So good, I guess a good quantity of dimension on these cards if you pop up your image and your sentiment, and then the whole layer is popped up on your card base. So now you can put these on anywhere you want. Maybe I'll put him, I don't have my stripes quite. Where do I want him? No, I don't like that as well. I'm going to put him, maybe I'll put him up at the top. And then, let's see, maybe I'll put this, I might put this right across here. It's a lot of gray, isn't it? Could put it right down at the bottom. I don't think I like that big gap. Well, I think it's going maybe just below, just below. We'll just do that. Well, I could put some green here, couldn't I? That might help. Well, it's going to go in as a second layer because I've kind of got this going down now. I'm going to do that, and then where I thought I had some garden green cardstock around. before we get to the card base. There it is. Grab my cutter. Oops, I'm just throwing stuff around. So I am just going to cut a little, sorry, that's probably not even in the camera. Cut a little 1/2-inch strip of cardstock. I'm sure I have some of these around. I just didn't have any here. So I did have a piece of cardstock. And then this can just get layered underneath. And maybe we'll do that. And how long do I want it? So this goes maybe, whoop, here, like that. And we'll do this like that. See how this looks. You know, create on the fly. What do we think? Looks a little weird. Should have been a little longer. This should be a little bit on it. Maybe up top. Can I get it up top? Okay, it's just odd. What if I did this straight? I don't know. I think I should quit while I'm behind here. I think I'm going to stop there. I may have to go back and play with that, but it's not coming to me right at this moment. So I'm going to leave it for now, and I'll sometimes, do you ever leave cards on your desk? Something you know, it's not quite right, you don't know what it needs, or you don't like it, or it just didn't come together the way you were hoping. And so you just sort of, you know, you set it aside, you leave it on your desk, you come back to it the next day, and all of a sudden, either you like it, because it was in fact fine, or you look at it and you go, oh, I know what it needs, and you make one little change, and then it's lovely. That happens to me on a fairly regular basis, I'll say. I think it's just sort of how the creative process works. I also struggle with, you know, blank space, and I really shouldn't, because keeping it simple sometimes is a nice way to go. See, I'm a symmetrical sort of person. To me, there should be more strips out the top, but it's kind of neat that there is the green up there, I think. Maybe. Haven't decided. Look, we'll throw some embellishments on it, and that'll, you know, because embellishments fix everything, right? How about some of these classic matte dots, because we have those in gray. Maybe just a little bit of gray up there. See, then that'll sort of fill that space, and it'll make me happier. Whoopsie! Where, that guy's just flying everywhere. Okay, now that's just a little bit too much in a line. I don't think we want it in a line. And again, you know, I put the gems down and then I move them, right? There. Okay. I think that works. It's, as I say, I'm going to stop right there and leave it for now. I'll move the green out of the way. And bring in, I'll move the green out of the way and bring in the other green, because the next one I have is also green, but different greens. So for this one, I may need a little help on this one. I pulled out my pansy petals, I think it is called, designer series paper package, and it has lots of colors, but it has a number of pieces that are soft, succulent, evening evergreen, and soft sea foam. And so I had lots of those, so I thought, okay, we'll do it in the greens. And so then I couldn't decide if I wanted them on soft succulent. I'll put this down here. So that's how they would look on soft succulent, or if I wanted them on soft sea foam. This I thought was brighter. And you know what? Earlier I was sort of leaning towards this one. Now when I put it down, I kind of like the soft succulent better, I think. It would probably work on either, but I think we're going to go with the soft succulent. So I'll put my strips down. Now, the one thing I did not have with these, I didn't have anything that was really long. But you know what? I think what I might do is really stagger these like this so that I do have, excuse me, you know, some strips in lots of places. What am I trying to do here? I don't know what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to create a pattern. Almost looks like I should have had, excuse me, some cardstock. Okay, I'll cut this guy in half because I might want 2 pieces of him. This is very, very pattern looking, very, very symmetrical. I don't know that I wanted it symmetrical, but oh, I could cut some off of this guy because he is clearly too long. But I'm not sure what's on the back of him. Oh, more leaves, so that doesn't really work so well anyway, does it? But I could do a little piece of this. The back of this gets into other colors, so I don't think I want to go there. That will start to introduce all different things. So maybe like that. That might work. This guy will need to go up a little bit. What the heck? We'll just go for it. So I'm just going to pick up one of these, and I think I will use the tape runner again because that was quick and easy and it worked really well. So, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is the one that I want up close to the top edge, and then I'll do this one next and put him close to the bottom edge. And then after that, it doesn't really matter what goes where, does it? Because I have my ends covered for my, it needs to go both, all the way out, both ways. And maybe just a little overlap on these. I could probably get an extra piece in then too, couldn't I? If I overlap this, I could throw one more little piece up at the top here. Since I cut this off of one of the strips, I have it. There we go. See, again, there's just no right or wrong. You can just grab whatever strips you have, and you know, they can overlap, they can just go side by side, can do some of each. It depends how quickly you want to put it together. If you put it together quickly, I suspect they would tend to overlap a bit. If you take a little more time, you're a little more careful, maybe you would line them all up. But there we go. Kind of liking that. And I didn't save any to stamp on, but these don't have the wood grain background, so that's okay. I have lots of basic white strips that I can use, and I was going to use the bunny for this one. So I think I will stamp him in basic gray. Again, I know there isn't, I could do him in soft succulent, couldn't I? Stick with, do we have a green bunny? I don't suppose there's any rule that you can't have a green bunny. Maybe he was hanging around with the Easter eggs and he got into the bucket of green dye. And that's why we have a green bunny. See? You make stories for anything. There we go. Hello, Mr. Green Bunny. I think he shows up okay. And then I was also on this one thinking that I would add a little more grass around here, because I was thinking he was sort of sitting in the middle of nowhere, and he was going to really kind of float on this this die cut. He doesn't really, but I did pull out this stamp, which is grass, so I thought I'd just add some of this to the bottom. And then I was thinking I would also just put in a little bit of the grass in Evening Evergreen, but I think I may want to stamp off with this and just add a little bit of a second color in there. There, just gives him a little bit more of a base that he's sort of sitting on, I suppose. Can you see that okay? Do we need that a little bit closer? And then I have to hold it to see whether it's close enough for you to see. Here it comes. Whoops. There we go. So there's our bunny. You could color any of these animals as well with your Stampin' Blends, because they are line images. But I've just left them as line images. So I think we'll go back to our Evening Evergreen, and I will use that for my happy birthday. Now I'm going to move this over in case I want to do angled ends. This time I remembered. Have that. Is that a little bit too low? Could be a little bit higher, perhaps. We'll see. We'll try it once more and see what we get. There. I think that's maybe a little bit better. Okay. So now we just have to put this guy together. So I'm going to pop him up with dimensionals again. Where are the rest of my dimensionals? Here we go. Not sure I have all the sticky stuff off of this. These are, oh yeah, there we go. Now we're in the groove. Okay. I think I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna stick this down, and then we can decide what we're gonna do with the sentiment. I have it here. So, but I think, well, we could even put the happy birthday up top this time. That might be kind of different, eh? Or do we like it out the bottom? Yeah, maybe we'll just stick with bottom stuff. So we'll put that kind of, I should have my paper straight. So I have more of a chance of getting my piece on straight. There we go. Okay, and I am just going to cut a little banner end here. It's not real big, but just a little bit. There we go. And then we can put him perhaps right about, get this paper out of the way, don't need that in there, do I? Maybe just right below. Put some dimensionals on him. So make sure you watch your inbox for emails from me. No promises. My my new laptop has arrived, so this afternoon we'll be setting up, learning how to use a new laptop, and hopefully by before tomorrow night, before Connie's craft along, I will have everything loaded onto it that I need to use it. We'll see when I go live, but anyway, it does mean that I will be a little bit out of commission as far as getting paperwork done and things in the craft studio. So, but as you all well know, I really need to do this because that old laptop of mine is not a happy guy. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I was thinking about it this morning laying in bed. It's like, okay, so I guess I have to get everything off that I want. Like, what happens? You know, it's not like when we used to have paper. You know, you have all your old files, and 7 years later, you know, you can destroy them. Now you have stuff on the computer. Well, what happens if the computer dies and there's stuff on there that's not 7 years old and you haven't printed it? Well, of course, you've taken a backup, right? I have backups. I just don't necessarily have all the things backed up. But so I guess I need to take a look at that before I completely decommission that old laptop. But anyway, it's one of those things. You know, I would just love to hand it over to someone and say, here, just, you know, do what you need to do. And so that I have what I need and I can get what I need to get and everything else is good. But I don't really know anyone that could do that for me. So I guess it's up to me. Okay, so what do we need, or what do we want for some gems on this guy? These are all, well, that one's kind of got flowers, but they could potentially all be sent to males. Or maybe keep the gems to a dull minimum. I do kind of like those. These are the metallic pearls. They come in silver and gold. Those are the silver. These are the gold. Oh, the gold might look nice on there. Yeah, then we have these brushed ones as well. They're a little bigger, but there is a green in these. These are, oh, probably not really the right green tone, though. It's more of a mossy meadow sort of tone. Kind of like the gold, though. Maybe we'll go with the gold. So, where my desk is getting a little bit messy. It's getting a little bit harder to find things. So maybe we'll put these right onto the sentiment piece for this one. There we go. There. So there you have it. Look at, it's a day of nature. Maybe I should put the blue one in the middle because the two greens are very different, aren't they? There we go. Three neat cards, and all using up scraps. Look at how many strips of Designer Series paper I was able to use up with just 3 cards. Okay, it's not that many, but I did use some, so that's a good thing. Okay, I'm gonna flip us back here. Get ready. Here we go. Coming down, coming at me. Come on. Skin on my finger's very dry, and it doesn't push the buttons sometimes. Okay, so there we are. I'm back. Oh, I kind of have my light in the picture. There we go. Now that's maybe a little bit better. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed lunch break. Don't forget about the Waves of the Ocean bundle that is out there, as well as the Savings are in Bloom promotion. That's an awesome promotion on only for the month of March. You can save 20% on a whole bunch of things, including the mini die cut machine. So if you're looking for a die cut machine, you could get the little one and save some money while you're at it. So that's what I have for you for today. Thank you so much for joining me. We're a little bit late, almost 45 minutes today. I usually like to keep these to half an hour, but I wanted to let everyone know about what's going on at Stampin' Up. There's more, but we'll talk about the rest some other time. Alrighty, have a great rest of your Thursday, and we will see you all again soon. Bye for now.